Hello, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the live. Today, we're going to be discussing quite a few things. But the most important thing, the reason why I'm jumping on here today, um, I wanted to put together a nice package, a bundle at a very, very discounted price so everybody can take advantage of it, receive it instantly, and use it to jumpstart 2020, 2021 to start now. Like start focusing on 2020, 2021 right now. And this is what this program is about. This is what this called the Ultimate Senior Care Business Bundle, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And it's a live exclusive. So you can't get this anywhere else. You can't get it when I get off of here. I'm gonna be here for a while. If you don't have Cashapp, some people are already saying that they don't have Cashapp. I'm gonna be on here long enough for you to get it. So if this is a opportunity you want to take advantage of, I suggest you take this very serious. I've slashed my prices to prices that I can't go any lower. I'm excited to see people get their businesses up and running. This coming year, coming out of 2020, which was an extremely difficult year for a lot of us. We lost close family members, we lost friends, loved ones. So I just want to do my part in helping people reach their goals, their ambitions, and fulfill their ultimate dreams as being a home care provider, employer, professional caregiver, entrepreneurial caregiver, assisted living business owner, and all things that encompasses. I'm very excited about this program. I think it's a great way to get the year started. It's a lot of content in here. When you start to look at these the different packages in these the different items in this package, in this bundle, the first and feel free to post questions as I communicate with you guys. We can also have like a Q&A as I go, so that's not a problem. Like I said, I'm going to be on here for a while with you guys, so it's all good. The first item on the list here is the business in the box home care startup kit, which we call the business in the box 2.0. This is the business in the box 2.0 is the best-selling home care product in the nation. We've sold well over 10,000 business in the boxes between me and the other person who sells the business in the boxes. And we have had nothing but rave reviews, people just being like totally blew back once they get it at the price that they get it for. There's everything is in the business in the box that you need to start your home care service. I want to cover a couple items in the business in the box so we can I just want to make sure everybody's aware what opportunities lie here in front of them and how to take advantage of it and be able to take advantage of it. So what I'm going to do, we're going to talk a little bit about these products. And again, you're more than welcome to post your questions and comments in the chat area. So as I try to find the actual link so I can like dig into I want to dig into the contents of these products. That's something I never really did before. I just usually just post the title of it and people get it and they just be like super overwhelmed with excitement in a good way. So there's training, there's pre-recorded trainings, there's some video trainings in the business in the box. We talk about everything from how to get clients, how to get caregivers, how to keep good caregivers. We recently updated it, so some more new information in there as well. And then also we have, you know, all the documents you need to run your business successfully in the business in the box as well. I'm gonna go over some of the items that we do have just by title. We have the revenue expense calculator is in there. All the state requirements for every state in the country is in there. We talk about operational files, competition research. It's so many documents. I'm just going to kind of point out some things that I know that people are really going to be excited about. Consultation request forms. We have a consultation request form, customer inquiry document, facility contract. So if you ever want to, you know, go in, when you go into like a home care or assisted living facility or a nursing home, you'll have an actual contract. There's a contract in the business in the box that shows you how to develop and work that relationship with the agencies. I mean, with a facility. Facility. Information request forms, if you just want more information from leads and stuff like that. Introduction form, so you can now, mind you, all of this stuff is customizable. The contents are already there. All you have to do is put your company name, your logo, print it out, because it's all Word document. So you can use all of this stuff immediately after you purchase it. Rate schedules, vehicle mileage, record keeping sheets, new customer, a new customer, you know, a new client form to, you know, get all of your client's information. This is just in this particular file, this particular folder, phone script, things like that. So all of these, the top 10 mistakes you can make as a home care service in your marketing, like all of this is in here. And that's like I may have mentioned like 6 documents out of 50 documents that's in the actual operational files. So now I'm going to look at the advertising and marketing files and talk to you guys a little bit about what's there. So we have a marketing piece that you could post like on your Facebook, actual paper newsletter. You could just send it out as a letter to different potential clients, referral sources, like just different articles that just position you as an expert in your market. For instance, we have a Alzheimer's care document that we could send to families as just a free giveaway on how to manage and live with somebody with Alzheimer's. Just a free giveaway that people get from you when you go into a consultation. You can leave something there for them to, you know, if that's an issue that they're dealing with. You can mail it out, you can print it, you can put it in an email form, you can put it in on your, use it to circulate throughout your whole social and every other way that you communicate with the marketplace and potential clients and referral sources. Home care service sheet, all the services that you can offer, marketing letter. We have multiple different marketing letters. We got marketing letters that go to facilities. We got marketing letters that go to doctors. We got marketing letters that go to like social workers. We got marketing letters that go to like small businesses, like other people's businesses. They might not be in the medical field, but they're in your market, like spas, restaurants that, you know, seniors might might frequent, the YMCA, places like that. That you could put this information. It's just so much. Referral intro letter, newsletter, ads that you could post on, you know, different sites, more ads. It's just so much. Then we go to the client file. So like I'm just clicking on the folders. So when you get the business in the box, you're going to get multiple folders. And once you click on the folders, each folder has no less than 70, 80 documents in there. So if it's 4 folders with a minimum of 50, 60 documents minimum, and that's just, and it could be and I know some of them got way more than that. I just never said and count everything that's in there. But it's a few hundred things, a few hundred documents that you get instantly. So we're looking at the client files. We got the 24-hour routine forms, 7-day meal plans, care plans, incident report, medication forms, so you can, track their meds. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff on here. I'm just trying to get the most interesting stuff so you guys can just know that you're getting some good stuff. Nurses assessments, site assessments, like the actual living space that they're living in. So like you're getting all of this stuff. You're getting. I'm only talking about the business in the box. I'm still only talking about the business in the box. The first product, that's the only thing I'm talking about. That's the only thing I've been discussing at just up until this point. It's just the business in the box. So it's so much here. And I really want you guys to take advantage of it. Client files and then employee files. Employee files, we got the drug consent forms, background check consent forms, employee timesheets, hepatitis B forms that they have to provide you. They have to provide their their records, and you have to get their permission and stuff like that. Interview tips, job descriptions for your nurse, for your caregivers, just so you can better understand like what they're when you're doing your hiring and stuff like that. For you can give them information. The application, the employee applications are here. An entire employee handbook that I just failed to mention. The employee handbook is here. Caregiver training manuals that you can do like monthly trainings with. You can use these documents and train your caregivers on different things. And you can have different like in-service trainings with these documents. So that's the business in the box. That's the business in the box. Like, if you have any questions or comments about the business in the box thus far, let me know. Post your comments below, and I'll answer you there. If not, I'm gonna just keep on rolling. We're gonna go to the next. We're gonna go to the next item on the list. Customizable home care business plan. If you want to get a business loan, if you want to partner, if you're trying to find investors, you have to have a business plan, and it has to be detailed. It has to be good, and people want to know that you know what you're saying and what you're talking about. You know what you're talking about. People want to know that. So we give you 2 sample business plans: home care, home health care. In this, but we're still talking about no, we're not talking about the business about. We're just talking about the business plan. So you get that, and I think there's like a table of contents, so I can just tell you like everything that's in the business plan. The executive summary, objectives, keys to success, your mission statement, company summary, like what do you offer, skilled nursing, nursing aid, social work, occupational therapy, physical speech therapy, personal injury, case management. Obviously, you don't have to do everything, but it's a template. So you keep what you like, remove what you don't need. Company ownership. Are you in an S Corp? Are you in a LLC? Are you in some kind of different partnership? Startup summary. Your company, business development plan, a whole business development plan, your rental expenses, office equipment, office supplies, nursing supplies, like everything that you need to run your home care service successfully, effectively and efficiently. You want to be able to articulate that not only for somebody on the outside, but for yourself as well, so you can have a clear idea and some direction on where you're going with your business. And that's what will help, this business plan will help you with. We got graphs on here, expenses, assets, investment, loans, startup requirements, attorney fee. So like, I mean, it's just all the pay. It's like a, everything that you need on there. Attorney fees, what you're gonna be, how much you're gonna be paying attorney fees, how much you're gonna be paying your utility bills. And this is all just stuff that you can just kind of put round numbers on until you get it. Office equipment, office space, stuff like that. Man, don't call me, please. Don't ring my phone right now. I forgot to put my phone on thing. So I don't want to get no distractions. But I'm gonna be on here for a while, so don't feel like you oh yeah, we good. You're gonna miss something because I'm gonna be on here for a while and I'm record it. So even if you don't take advantage of the opportunity today, you can definitely look back at it and still get an idea what offers we still have at our store at normal rates. Again, this is the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, live exclusive, the Ultimate Senior Care Business Bundle. And that's what I'm covering. I'm going over the products, the items that we're offering in this business bundle. And we're gonna talk a little bit about the values, and we're gonna talk about the contents of the actual products. What's in there? What are you getting for your money? Here we go. So business cards, brochures, computer, like everything has to be itemized. And people want to know if they're going to invest in you 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 5,000, 2,000, what you're going to be using the money for. And you want to make sure you can itemize it, explain it, and people will see what you're doing. The people who you're going to approach if you ever do, if this is something you want to do for partnership, investment, stuff like that. And it also gives you a great start in, some ideas in the directions that you can go in. So, it's a lot of stuff here. And the business plan, one of the business plans is set up, the template is set up to secure funding up to $70,000. So that's what this actual plan is for. But you could tweak it, you could do whatever you want to it because it's a Word document. But the business plan you get is already ready for a $70,000 loan. That's what it was created for. Then you go into services, what your company is going to be offering, market analysis summary, everything that you need to, analyze your market and know what's going on and, articulate that in your business plan. Graphs, stuff like that. The target market, your marketing strategy, competition and buying patterns, the key factor considered by both customers and referral professionals when purchasing home care services is part of your competition and buying patterns information. So reading this will help you understand how people pay for home care, how people find home care, how different families find home care. Obviously, a lot of people can find it just on the internet, but a lot of times people go through like social services, different state-run organizations like the Department of Agents, the Department of Health, and it just kind of tells you. And then it also talks about how different people can use Medicaid, Medicare for reimbursement, private insurance, stuff like that. So all of this is just one item in the business bundle, one item, and this is, I'm just talking about the business plan. One item that you're going to get in the new business bundle that I want you guys to take advantage of, so you can start preparing to kill it in 2021. That's why I'm going through this. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm sitting here doing today. Strategy and implementation summary. You know, it just give you like, this is what we're going to do to win. Pretty much. I'm not going to go into every little thing, every little paragraph, but it's a pretty lengthy document. So like 10 pages. This is a lot here. Milestones, like this is where you expect to be quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, things like that. Your personal plan, administrative director, clinical director, administrative assistant, skilled nurse, with their pay rate, with the, you know, with just, like I said, round numbers. You change it for your market. Every market is different, but it's just it's just a template. So you can get like an idea and you know what to put in place of these, you know, these numbers. You just put your numbers in there. Nurses, aides, social workers, stuff like that. So, and then to go into your financial plan, where it breaks down your break-even analysis, how much money you need to, you know, what do you have to do, how much money you have to make to break even, and then projected profit and loss. What's this here? Pro forma profit and loss, year 1, year 2, year 3. These are your projections. Sales, direct cost of sales, gross margin, expenses, payroll taxes, depreciation, rent, heat, lights, you know, just a couple of things to think about that you got to think about, obviously. I mean, but it's like I'm just putting a few things here and there out of this business plan to show y'all what's actually in here. Graphs. It's just a great, you know, a breakdown of where you should be at year 1, year 2, year 3. And you know, it's just good to have a guide, a roadmap, you know, a step-by-step plan to take action. Because I know a lot of times people reach out to me and say, hey man, I want to do this, but I just can't, I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. I need help. You know, what's the next thing? What's the next step? So this is what you need. You need a business plan. You know, you need a business plan so you can figure out the next step, so you can see what to do next. There's a balance sheet, business ratio. This is a pretty sophisticated document and is very effective at, you know, securing partnerships, grants, loans, and things of that nature, if that's what you're out looking for. And again, like I said, even if you're looking for that stuff, you still want to have access to it so you can have your own plan going forward. I'm looking at some questions. I'm gonna start taking some questions in a few, but what I really want you guys to do is just kind of hang on, post all your questions in here, and once I kind of finish a couple more of these items, I'll answer some of you guys' questions. So just give me a few seconds to cover a couple more of these details, and we're gonna get to the Q&A session of the live. I'm back to the business plan. Man, I'm thirsty today. I think I'm a little dehydrated. Liquidity ratios, like where you, I mean, we got like a whole financial section, a whole financial summary, and it's just very detailed. You know, where you should expect to be spending money, how much you should expect to be spending. And it's giving you the ideas and things that you need to be thinking about when it comes to creating a business plan and running a successful business. So, what's the next item? Let me answer a few questions real quick. I think we only got a couple, so it ain't going to be long. Where are the comments at? So, it's better if I look on my phone and look at the comments there. So let me read some comments, and then I'm gonna talk a little. We're gonna talk about the next item, which is the customizable home care policies and procedures. We're gonna go through the table of contents. So let me answer a few questions here first. Comments. If y'all hear banging in the background, I'm getting some work done. I can hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Hey, Alan, I'm in the beginning stages of my home care agency. I'm wanting documents that will assist with operation. What package do you recommend? Raynasha Grant. Hope I ain't tearing your name up, but I think I'm answering your question in this video. Like what I'm just talking about is what you need. Like you said, you want documents that will assist with operations. The Business in the Box has a whole section of just operational files, and it's probably over 100 documents in there from every majority of stuff you're just not going to need for the most part. And I'm just being honest, it's just too much. You don't need it all. You don't need it all in the beginning, I should say, because I always find myself going back. Oh wow, as I grow. Oh wow, I go back to the Business in the Box. Oh, I go back. You know, like man, I could use this. I could use this. You know. But sometimes you just don't use everything that you have, that you need, but it's always good to have it in case you do need it in the future. I just wanted to confirm you're only accepting Cashapp. I don't have Cashapp. So for this particular program, I mean, this particular offer, it's a live exclusive. And that means that you can only get it now while I'm on live. Once I log off, you can't get this package anymore. So if this is something that you want to do, if this is something you seriously want to pursue and have some real success going into 2021, jumpstart your new year, get Cashapp and get this product. The Business in the Box is valued at $297. That business plan I just explained to you guys is a value of $197. The next document we're gonna cover, or item on the in the bundle, is the home care customizable policies and procedures, and they have a bonus in that. Let's walk through. I mean, we all know how tedious a policies and procedures manual can be, right? So I'm not about to do all that today, but I'm gonna just go through the table of contents so you guys can know what you're getting. Mission, vision, values. This is section 1, organization and administrative. Master table of contents, section 1, organization and administration. Mission, vision, values, legal structure, governing body, organizational structure, service area, operating service hours, staffing and staff structure, roles and responsibilities of manager and administrators, contracted services, display of home care business licenses, certification of insurance, office building compliance with regulations, promoting agency services, record management, communication, internal, external, compliance with agency policies and procedures, electronic visit verification. This is the customizable home care policy and procedures that you're going to get in this bundle. Well, we value at $297, and that's a discount. That was section 1. Section 2, scope of services. Services provided, personal care, homemaker services, companion, sitter, respite, friendly reassurance care, chore services. Section 3, service delivery, service delivery and client care, service delivery processes, provision for information, assessing client needs, admitting and readmitting of clients, referral of individuals to outside resources, service plan, service agreement, consent to receive and or refuse services, consent to release information, monitoring and follow-up. You say, like, what does all this stuff mean? What is it? These are all policies and procedures. This is the policy, and this is how we enforce the policy. That's pretty much what it is. So I'm just reading off the policies, and when you go to the actual, this is the table of contents. We go back to the actual page on the business plan. I mean, on policy procedure, you'll see the policy and then the procedure on how to enforce that policy. Advanced directives, death at home, in-home orders, medication management, client notification of change in service, termination or transfer of clients, coordination of client care with outside resources. I'm not going to do this. It's a lot. Client abuse, gifts, gratuities, business courtesies. It's just so much. Documentation and client records. Recruitment. Oh no, I'm going to section 4 now. Human resources, recruiting, hiring, pre-employment background checks, criminal background, sexual offender investigations, child abuse clearance, reporting child abuse, provisional hiring, licensure certifications, registrations, personal qualification, job descriptions, classification of workers, training and development, orientation. All of these things are in this document that you're going to get with the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the Ultimate Senior Care Business Bundle. This is one item on that list. One product that you're getting in the business bundle. Human rights, sexual harassment, cultural diversity, standards of conduct and work ethic, conflict of interest, employee benefits and compensation, employee breaks, overtime, holiday, paid leave, unpaid leave, dress code, badges, privately owned and agency vehicles. How do we manage privately owned vehicles? How do we incorporate those into the company? And how do we incorporate agency vehicles? How do we, this is the policy, and this is how we enforce that policy when it comes to the vehicles or your business. I mean, and the list just goes on. Social media. We even talk about social media on these documentation. So that was section 5, which was what? Let me go back real quick. Human resources, right? No, that was section 4, human resources. Section 5, health and safety, general health and safety, employee personal safety, home environment safety, hazardous household materials, violence and threats of violence, threats, assault, weapons, bomb threats, hostage situation, suicide situation, emergency preparedness, fire, earthquake, tornado, and all the crazy other things that can happen with the weather, power outages, chemical spills, infection control, exposure control for blood-borne diseases. You have to have policies in place for things, because things do happen. Bad things happen, which we're all aware of. And you want to make sure you have the things necessary in the the policies in place that are necessary for your company, and of course yourself knows how to manage these issues when they arise. You're going to run into these things. You're going to run into problems. You're going to be you're going to run into different things. The more you do business, the more you're going to your business is going to experience different things. It's just like it has a life of its own, and it has its own experiences. And as the more people you interact with, the more people you hire, the more clients you service, the more chances for things to go wrong. The higher the liability goes up, the more people you deal with. So you just have to be prepared. I'm not trying to scare you away from the business. I'm just trying to prepare you for the business. So, man, it's a lot of stuff. That was Section 5, Health and Safety. Immunization. Section 6, Financial Management. Section 7, Quality and Risk Management. Section 8, Forms. All your forms is in here. Man, it's at least 50 forms in there that you could print out, put your company information on, print out, and put into your own. And like I said, this is customizable. You're gonna have a folder, like, you know, a pretty nice size folder once you put your logo on there, put your company name on there, and print it out. And you want to make sure you got a couple physical copies for the office. And you can always, and it's a big document, and a lot of people don't want to do that. So all that, edit it and all that, and make it state specific and make it fit their state's requirements. And as a quick side note, I wanted to also, because I know a lot of people have, they got jobs, man, they got full-time jobs, and they need some assistance on getting some of this stuff done while they're at work. So we added an opportunity with this program, with the business bundle. It's called the admin add-on for extra $197, and we'll do your policies and procedures and state license for you. The application, so you can ensure that you're gonna have everything you need when it comes to having the proper information for what your state is requiring. So this is general. And this is just like the majority of the things that most states ask for, want to see. But your state might want something new. Your state might want something different. Policies and procedures always change. State requirements within policies and procedures are always changing. So I can't have a document that's gonna last forever. So you got to keep updating it, different things happening. Just like with the corona, we had to add a whole new piece to that so we can manage the a whole new corona policy and procedures on how are we going to deal with PPE, visitation, things like that, going out to see different the clients, how we going to interact with clients in this COVID environment, caregivers, things like that, referral sources, how are we going to interact with these people in COVID, during COVID. These are some of the things that we're going to be discussing. I mean, this in this policies and procedures. If you need us to help you with your state-specific procedures, on top of this, there's an administrative add-on that you could get for $197 if you want to get, if you want us to do it. But if you want to do it, you're more than welcome just to buy the Ultimate Senior Business Bundle, and that's going to be in there. The one I just read off, and the one I'm still kind of covering. So the last section was what? 8 forms. So all your forms, and they listed in alphabetical order. Section 9, all policies and procedures and forms are listed alphabetically. So, organizational charts, pre-employment background checks, progress notes, reference checks, rights and responsibilities of the clients and the agency, service agreement, service information handouts for clients and consumers, staff records of training, standards of conduct, transportation liability waivers, everything you need. And a lot of things you don't need. So I think I done got low on H2O, so I'm gonna go get me some more water and I'll be right back. Hopefully you guys are appreciating me doing this, because it's very time consuming, but I'm excited. I want you guys to really win in 2021. Check out the business bundle, check out the details, and I'll be right back. If you have any questions about this program or anything else related to what we're talking about, or in general business questions and stuff like that, feel free to post the comments. I'm gonna be right back. Like I said, this live is going to be pretty long today, so be patient. We're going to cover everything we can. I'm going to answer all the questions that you post, and we're going to have a, you're going to have a real great idea, a real good understanding on what this offer is about, and what these products that we've been selling for years have inside of them, and what they really do, and how you can really use them to take your business to the next level. So give me a second. I got to get some water, and I'll be right back. So, let me check to see if there's any more new questions. If anybody said anything. If not, we just gonna keep rolling. Somebody just said, Tahira. She said, you're doing home care and assisted living in a box, all for $197. It's so much more than that. But yes, those are included. But it's so much more here that we're going to be offering in this business bundle. So you're definitely getting that. But we got a lot more, and I'm going to definitely be breaking it down for you guys. So absolutely. Good morning, Pam. Hey, how you doing? So that's the only question at this point. So let's keep on going. And what's the next item? That was the customizable home care policies and procedures, valued at $297. Assisted living business startup kit. We're gonna dive into this. This is heavy. This is gonna probably take me a while. So that's why I said I had to make sure I set the time aside to really dive in and share with you guys what all comes with this stuff that you're getting, and the people are buying on our website all the time. And again, let's get into it. First and foremost, most people wonder, like, again, where do I start? Where do I start? Everything that you need to do, from setting up your company, the actual the business essentials like your LLC, bank account, things like that, all of that is preliminary. And we walk you through each one of those steps in the assisted living startup kit for business, for assisted living. We have here, so let me look at a couple of different things here. I gotta go in. It's just so much. 5-week menu samples, action plan, activity policies, admission and discharge documents, advanced directives. Assisted living managers course checklist. I mean, it's just so much. It's just like bed and room assignment sheets, care plans, menus. I think I already said the menus, but I see some more menu stuff, some more dietary stuff. The dope thing about what we have in the menu section is that matter of fact, I really like this because we have menus for people with different dietary issues. So one second, I where is it at? Back dietary. Okay. We got diabetic menus, people with, you know, who need more protein. Just every nutritional issue that your seniors or your residents may have or need, that we have a specific menu created by nutritionists to make sure they have a well thought out, healthy, nutritious diet. And those are the only groceries that we buy. We shop around these menus depending on the residents' dietary needs. So, I mean, that's just one thing. That's just one aspect of what's in this ginormous file that you're going to get when you get the business bundle. I want to look at a couple other things here. I really want to give you guys something interesting and exciting that I'm sure you guys need. And a lot of times you don't even know, you don't know what you don't know. So you don't know what you need. We got an assisted living guide, just a guide from step by step in there. Resident termination, resident contracts, safety, emergency preparedness, like everything you're gonna want to have. Like, so we get them big tubs, and you fill it up with things that you need in case of emergency, like, you know, non-perishables, water, first aid, things like that, that your clients would need in case of an emergency, in case you guys couldn't leave the house. You want to have backup supplies for your actual residence, for your home, for your assisted living community. We talk about the nurses, how much, you know, we talk about how much they should be paid or how much we paying them per hour, what the nurses' actual duties are, what we need them for. So like everything that this is broke down on, like, okay, these, so we'll pay you $65 for the initial assessment per resident. For example, $50 per resident for every 45-day assessment, $30 per hour for intern visit. So just like little stuff that you don't even know you need, we have it already here we figured it all out for you. You know, from being in business, you start to acquire things and you start to need things. So you develop things and you grow things. And the more you do business, the more things you'll realize that you need, documentation, and just information and expertise. You're gonna need more expertise to, you know, take it to the next level, each level that you go to. And that's what we're doing here. We're giving you the stuff. We're reaching back, giving you guys what we didn't have when we were at your level. That's what this is. This is what we're doing. Behavioral management. it's just so much here. Like I said, I already knew we was gonna be here for a while with the assisted living business startup kit is what we're discussing at the moment. And this is part of the Black Friday, Cyber Monday live exclusive, the Ultimate Senior Care Business Bundle. And we're discussing the assisted living business startup kit and all the things that it, all the contents. Well, I can't go action plan. Like I can't go over everything. I just don't have that much time. But I'm really just trying to pull out some of the good tools and things that you guys probably like, wow, I do need that. Stuff. So that's what I'm kind of looking for. Let me see if I can find some worksheets and documents for you guys. Semi-annual reviews, annual reviews, staff training, medication facts, fire drill forms, evacuation forms. So I mean, there's so much here. And I mean, this is one thing that I just don't really understand. People a lot of times come to me and they really want help. They really want the thing, they really say they want to do it. And we give you everything you need to do this, be successful, and more. Because the majority of the stuff, I mean, I ain't gonna say the majority, but it's quite a few things in this Ultimate Senior Care Business Bundle, in the Business in the Box, the Home Care Business Plan, the Policies and Procedures, the Assisted Living Startup Kit, the Assisted Living Business Plan, what we're gonna cover next, the Assisted Living Policies and Procedures, what we're gonna cover after that. Like we give you so much of what you need, and the only thing you have to do with it when you get it, take action. You have a business plan. You know where to start. You know what you need to start doing. The Business in the Box has me training you on specific things that are going to help you get clients, specific things that's going to help you keep clients, specific things to turn your clients into referral sources, specific things on how to find good caregivers, specific things how to train them, vet them, and keep them, how to retain them, and keep them educated and excited about working for your company, and not just ready to bounce around like the majority of caregivers do from agency to agency. All of these things are here. They're all here for you. Everything you need to be successful with a home care business is here in this business bundle. And all you have to do is take action. I mean, let's look at the okay, like I'm scrolling and it's probably okay, let's look. Can I look at how many documents is in here? Okay. It doesn't really show me because it's like a Dropbox file. I'm trying to see. I see them all, but they don't tell me all of their actual the amount. But it's just so much. The agreements, all the contracts and paperwork that you need to have. So when you do work with nurses, you do work with caregivers or independent contractors, the contracts that you got to have in place, the contracts that you got to have in place when it comes to the resident signing, like their lease and stuff like that. Everything that you're gonna need is here. And at this price, at these prices, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. Choosing an assisted living resident, just giving you an idea like what to look for, what to, what red flags to to look out for. Okay, here goes some of the different menus. Heavy lunch, delegate nurse sample forms, all the forms your nurse is going to need, all the forms that your assisted living managers are going to need, all the forms and documentation that your caregivers are going to need. I mean, just looking at this stuff is really exciting to me because it's like, man, these people are really getting what they need with these programs, with these products to go out here into the world and really make a difference in your own life and the people that care about you and the people who you care about lives, because success, it brings everybody up. You know what I mean? Even if they're not directly getting any financial benefit, they're still inspired, you know? I got family members, they don't ask me, a lot of family members ask me for nothing, but they just be like, yo, you just so inspiring to us because you weren't the guy. You feel me? Like, if we were taking bets 30 years ago on who was going to be successful and who wasn't, I wasn't on a successful list. And so when you do go out here and do something really, great with yourself, really go into your community and start making a difference, people see that. And it feels good to inspire in a positive way. You want to make people, you want to inspire people to do things that they want to do. That's why we do the things that we do. We lead by example, so they can have the motivation, the inspiration to see somebody that look like them come from where they come from or come from a worse place than they've come from and get to places that they thought that they could never be. So that's here. This is here for you guys to really find success, financial executive summary, financial agreements, funeral lists, handbooks, some more emergency and disaster menus. Emergency and disaster menus. Like, who thought that they would need that until you need it, right? So funeral lists, I think I said that just now. Hepatitis tests, like all the different, documents that you need to have to make sure everybody's well and what they're, their medical conditions are. It's just so many documents. Residence rights, very important. And then we even have marketing material in here. Facility newsletters that you take around to, home health agencies. When it comes to assisted living, you partner, it's not the same as home care totally, because you actually can partner with other home care agencies as the facility, because they always get people calling them, or even their clients decline or just need a new situation and they want to put them in a residence, a facility, opposed to doing home care at home. They just, maybe they're, they can't be home anymore. The house, they want to sell the house and put mom in a more, affordable situation or a more secure situation, whatever the case may be. These are the people, home care agencies, home health agencies, nursing homes are the places you can go in and partner with, and even other assisted livings. You want everybody to know you're there. And you're open for business. You open to partnerships, you open to referral opportunities. You could, and I'm gonna tell you another thing about having multiple relationships with different assisted living facilities. I might get a client I don't want, but I know my partner over here, she can handle this kind of resident, because each home, each community, we like to call them community, each senior assisted living community has a different culture. And you don't want somebody to come and disrupt everybody else's lifestyle, routine, what they're used to, dealing with or experiencing. So what I mean is, you don't want to have someone move into the facility that is super loud and everybody, it's like a really quiet community, or somebody who may be violent, or somebody who may be, very disruptive, or, I'm not saying that those people don't deserve care. I'm just saying that different facilities are prepared and interested and not interested in different issues when it comes to potential residents. And you have to create boundaries and know what you're prepared to deal with, what your staff is prepared to deal with, and what you're not going to deal with. These are some of the things that you have to be thinking about when you're so I kind of got off track, but what I was saying is having partnerships with different assisted livings. Hey, look, I got this guy. He's not really a good fit here at this community that he's interested in, but I know you're down the street. I'm gonna send him to you. Just break me off. That's how it works. That's business. That's referrals. That's meaningful relationships. That's how we eat. That's how we continue to exist in this world, by partnering, developing strong relationships, and doing good business. We're transferring to residents, uniform disclosures. So what's the uniform disclosure? The uniform disclosure, your uniform disclosure, at least in the state of Maryland, is a requirement. If I wasn't in other states, so listen, this is what you do. I had a call recently with the RIA group. I don't know, the Real Estate Investment Association of Michigan. They called me and they asked me some questions about assisted living. And one of the things that they were excited about was that Michigan didn't have no license requirement. So it's kind of like free for all out there. Anybody can set up and start taking in residents. So it's like, even though there's no requirement in Michigan, you still want to show these families that you squared away, that you had a proper documentation to care for their loved ones in a proper way. You have the capacity, you have the knowledge, you have the experience, you have the know-how, and you have your stuff together. And that's what's going to make the final decision to them choose your facility versus the other facilities. Because if there's no regulations, people aren't going to do more than what they have to do in most cases. So they're going to just do just enough to get the resident in there, just enough to stay in business. That's just how most people do. But if you in that market, how do you separate yourself? You take it to the next level. You get squared away. You get your own policies and procedures and regulations and standards. Even if the state has none, you create them for your own company, your own business, your own facility. Even with the home care as well, you still want to have this stuff in place so you can operate smoothly. Things are in writing. Caregivers know what to expect. They know what you expect out of them, and they know what to expect out of you, because we wrote it out, we thought it out. The residents, their family, what the expectations are, so the uniform disclosure, why I got into that, because the uniform disclosure is a state required document that you have, the resident has, and the state has a copy. The family of the resident and the resident, sometimes the resident isn't competent. They're not actually your client, they're the resident. The client is the person paying, that's how I feel. And they have to get a copy. You get a copy and the state have to get a copy. And what is this uniform disclosure form about? It's telling the state, you're telling the state and the client what's included at your rate. Because there has been, I can only imagine why they had to create that document, because how confusing that could be before that was a thing, right? So I mean, it came on, it was already here when I started, but I mean, it wasn't, I know it wasn't always that. So, and that's how these things come about, because you run into challenges, different, you know, families run into challenges and, you know, disputes with the businesses, with the assisted living facilities. And no, oh, well, you said you was going to do this, or you said you was going to do that. You said this was included, this not included, blah, blah, blah. So the state of Maryland said, hey, look, this is the uniform disclosure agreement. And it outlines everything that could possibly happen or be offered in a home, in an assisted living facility, in an assisted living community. It talks about everything that can happen while you're there. So, no, excuse me. It outlines everything that's offered within your pay, in your monthly rate, what they're paying within their rent. So, for example, we offer 5 meals, three very healthy meals, 2 snacks. That's included. DoorDash ain't included. We're not paying for your DoorDash. We're not paying for, it's a certain, so it's just like, that's like a real simple example, but I'm just telling you that the state makes you outline to them what they're getting for their money, because it's a significant amount of money that they're paying every month. It's not normal rent for most people. So if somebody's paying $4,500 a month, I know I want to know everything I'm about to get, everything. Like, I want to know very clear what I'm gonna get with my 45, and it just makes perfect sense to have that. So I'm saying all that to say, even if your state doesn't require a uniform disclosure, you should require one. So your residents know exactly what they signed up for, what they getting, what their family's getting, and what they're not getting, what's included, what's not included. So like Chucks, Inshore, like it's little things like that that you as a facility be like, oh, I could go get him a $10 thing of this. But it's like, if you start that, where does it end? What is in it? What are you going to provide and what you're not going to provide? And you have to have a very clear outline of that. And this is not only just for that purpose of, you know, avoiding confusion between you and the family, because if the families, you know, if y'all run into some issues and that stuff ends up in court, you want to have your documentation. But then also, it's good for managing your budget. So you know, like, okay, this is what they're gonna get for their 4,500. And anything above this, they have to come out of pocket. Family got to come out of pocket. And that's what it is. So that's the uniform disclosure. And again, that's just one document, one very important, very powerful document that's in the Assisted Living Business Startup Kit. Oh, yeah, that's what we're discussing. And that is valued at $500. I mean, if I'm giving you a startup kit to start a business where you can make at a minimum $45K a year passively, if you set your business up and have proper people in place, you got a great community, a good location, you could be making minimum 40 grand a year. Why not do it right? Why not? Who wouldn't, you know, like, if this is the game you've been in, and if you're a healthcare worker and you've been doing healthcare for 10, 15, 20 years, it's your time, it's your turn. It's your turn to win. It's your turn to take advantage of the opportunities that everybody, you know, some people just got the money, they can buy a franchise, they've never been in the business ever. They buy a house, get some assistants, call a consultant like me. We come in, we set it up. They have no experience, they don't even have no interest really beyond financial gain. So they're not even like in it, like they don't have a passion for caring about people. And I'm not saying this people, I'm just saying like certain people just in it for the money. And if you've been doing home care for over 10 years, you're not in it for the money. I know that as a caregiver. So if you see this, you got access to this. You can see me here on the internet. You see what we're doing. And you get an opportunity to buy an assisted living business startup kit that has every document that you need to make $45,000 minimum every year passively per property. And all you got to do is pay $197. And that's the crazy part. Because it's like, I think it's too cheap. Truthfully, I think it's too cheap. Because I think if we charge a little bit more, people probably like, oh yeah, this must be good because it's, because that's just how the mind works. But I know from experience, I know that caregivers, the people I'm talking to are people who are in the healthcare field for the most part. These are the people who I have a passion to take from caregiver, just a regular caregiver, employed caregiver, into entrepreneurial caregiver. Go from working for the agency to being the agency. This is what we're doing. This is what I'm excited to see. I want to see somebody who was working for $9 an hour, $10 an hour, $12 an hour, $13, $15 an hour now with the corona, go from that to making $50 an hour because they got caregivers in the streets working for them, and they at home or they're at the office doing the work, doing the business. It's a totally different exchange. It's a totally different world. And you guys who put the work in deserve the opportunity more than anybody. That's how I feel. I feel like the caregivers deserve the opportunity more than any other person looking to benefit off senior care. The caregivers deserve that opportunity. That's why I'm here. That's what I'm doing. I'm reaching back, giving up the game, making it as cheap as possible. Like I was saying, because I know you guys, the caregivers who want to get started, when you're getting started and you're a caregiver, you don't have $15,000 to go to, 21st century. You know what I mean? That's what they charge to help you set up your home care. Now, since we've been started, CNACO, now Allenchaneydotcom, now we got a whole bunch of copycats out there, and I'm cool with that. You can't stop what I'm doing. My money don't change because you start. I live within the abundance mindset. I know it's enough for everybody. That's how I feel. But that's a good thing that we got copycats on the coaching side, because I mean more people are learning. They started with us, took our stuff, took it to their market, and now they're doing it. And I'm fine with that. You can do what you want with it. You pay for it, it's yours. So my point is that if you've been in this field for 10 years, 15 years, or you really, really just have a passion for care and taking care of people. People are naturally caregivers. Like some people, like their whole reality is around taking care of others. That's one of the noblest jobs, careers, lifestyles that you can have. Your whole lifestyle is based around helping people. You deserve to benefit at a high level. So learn how to open up an assisted living. Learn how to start up a home care service. Learn how to become a referral partner and make referral money. Learn these things. It's here. I mean, and it's not, I would give it away for free if I could. But if I can't, because my time has value and I put time into it, I have to be compensated for my time. But the prices don't match the value. If I'm giving you everything you need to start a home care service, you go out here, you take action. I got multiple success stories, ridiculous success stories. One of my coaching clients just bought a $300,000 townhouse. One of my clients, only home care. I mean, one of my students, all he does is home care. And I taught him. He came to us. So seeing that, and he was a bus driver, seeing that wasn't even connected to the home care world, but now he has a passion. He's found it. He loves it. He likes taking care of people, and he's benefiting from that. And all you was in the dump for you, and now you got a $300,000 townhouse and a lifestyle that you never thought you could create for yourself, and all you had was the dump for you from Allenchaneydotcom. That's only $2,500. You bought a whole house. You see what I'm saying? In a great community, you know, and you setting yourself up for a great lifestyle. Doing a very noble thing. We're not out here selling cigarettes or alcohol, you know what I mean? No, we're not putting poison back into the community. We're not bringing negativity back into the community. We're saving lives. And right now in Corona, like, just on a quick side note for all the caregivers that just see this now or when I upload it later in the future, I just want to tell you guys, we appreciate you guys. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here. Caregivers, CNAs, medical assistants are the unsung heroes of not only the healthcare field, but of health in America. You don't get your just due. I know that. I know that. You work 10 times harder and get paid 10 times less than everybody else. That's why we're here. I want you to not only care for people in a great way, have a fulfilling life and a great career, but I also want you to benefit and be able to take your family from, say, a lower middle class community. I mean, let's be honest, if you living on a caregiver salary like I have in the past, I was living in the projects damn near. So, and we was working, but because she was only a CNA, and I was I wasn't nothing at that point. I was an aspiring entrepreneur. That's how I understand. That's why I understand that if you get this information and take action, your life will change. No question. You will go from, financial fear when you don't know where your next meal coming, possibly 1, 2, 3 paychecks from the homeless shelter, which is a very scary place to be in. And a lot of people, especially caregivers, live in that situation. Are they living with people just because they have to bring on roommates or live with family members? Or it's just a struggle. And the people who are taking care of our most vulnerable citizens are getting treated and compensated the worst. So that's Allenchaneydotcom. This is what we're doing. This is how we help. This is how we give back. This is my philanthropy. This is my philanthropy. This is how I give back to the community. This is how I reach back and bring and lift up the people who I believe deserve to be lifted. And like I said, I wish I could do it for free, but I can't. Because I can't ask, whatever I'm doing for free, that don't mean I can hire somebody else. Like if you get you want to customize your policies, I don't do that stuff. I hire people to, we have partners in-house, or we have to hire outside to do some of that stuff, to get it done in a timely fashion, because sometimes we get overwhelmed. I can't do all that stuff. I can't help 1,000 people by myself, I just can't. So if I want to help more people, we have to be profitable. And I mean, I don't feel like I have to continue to explain that. I just want to explain. I never really talk about it. I never really bring it up. So it's just something that I'm just thinking about. And because I sat here and dedicated my time to to this live here. The Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Ultimate Senior Care Business Bundle. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Getting as many home care, healthcare workers or caregivers in general, giving as many of those people the opportunity to take advantage of the financial benefits of a multi-billion-dollar industry that they basically hold on their shoulders. Nurses look good because good caregivers make nurses look good. You know, it's a lot of lazy nurses out there. Man, I can't, I'm trying to mess with this. It's so weird trying to look at it because it's on reverse. It's a lot of caregivers out there who work 10 times harder than the nurses, who know just as much or more than nurses, and they just didn't have the opportunity or the time or didn't just go to nursing school. But they notice stuff. Same, I'm not shooting down on nurses. Nurses is essential. We need you. Your expertise, your knowledge, your constant commitment. We need that. There's a lot of lazy doctors out there that if it wasn't for nurse practitioners, they wouldn't be glorified the way they are. You know, the healthcare field has layers and it has it's a hierarchy. But the people at the bottom, quote unquote, I don't want to say you at the bottom, but the people who are getting paid the least work the hardest, and they shoulder nurses. The nurses shoulder doctors. These people stand on your shoulders to be taller, to, be glorified. Because without you, nothing happens. Just take, for instance, if there was a walkout at a hospital, just caregivers and medical assistants and phlebotomists. They just said, strike, y'all not paying us, boom, we gone. That's gonna be some dead people up in there. Ain't no question. People gonna die if that happens. If that happens, the world, the healthcare industry couldn't exist without caregivers, without medical assistants, without phlebotomists. Just the people that we kind of like overlook, or the medical industry overlooks, or the healthcare field overlooks, because they quote unquote maybe don't have the education that you got, but in most cases had the experience that you don't have the compassion that you might not have, had the ability to care for these seniors and the vulnerable amongst us when you don't want to, including your mom. That's them. That's the caregivers. When you don't want to wipe mom's butt, she got you. That's the difference. And I know that. I've seen it firsthand. I lived with one. I'm in business with them. I talk to them every day on here, my employees, my fiance. We all do this. This is what we do. So take advantage. Take advantage of the opportunity while it's here. Like I said, this is the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Ultimate Senior Care Business Bundle. We went up to the Assisted Living Business Startup Kit, where I've been kind of breaking down each package the best that I can based on the time that I have here with you guys, because it's just so much. I can't cover everything. It's impossible to do that in one sitting. And next we're going to get into the customizable assisted living policies and procedures, which is also included in this bundle. But I got to use the bathroom. Be real quick, 2-3 minutes. I'm gonna pause the feed. And the reason why I'm staying on is because I just want to remind you guys that this is a live exclusive. If you don't get this business bundle now, don't come texting me talking about, oh, is it still available? Is it I don't get the money till Friday or this and that. If you want this, make it happen. If not, just don't text. I mean, you can text me, just don't text me that. You can email me, just don't say nothing about this. If you ain't no adult in America, I don't know how bad I don't care how bad your situation is. There's no adult in America, I don't believe, that can't put together $200 for something that they believe that they can change their life with, create a better future for their children with. Like, I don't feel like there's a person that exists in America. I'm not going to, go too far and say in the world, because I obviously, but in America, even during COVID, y'all getting some checks. Let's use this quarantine, this social distancing. Let's use this as a time to gather, build, and create new opportunities for ourselves. Let's take the time that we sit in the house watching everything on, watch the whole Netflix. Why don't you take an hour or two and learn how to become a millionaire? Just an option, just a thought. So I'm gonna be right back. I see some comments. We got like 20 comments that came in since I've been on my little riff right here. I'm gonna go use the restroom, and I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna mute it and cut the video. So I'll be right back. Okay, so oh, let me get to some questions here real quick. Before we go any further into the package. 1 second. It's easier for me to view the questions on my phone, so I'm be looking down. Okay. Comment. How will this be delivered to me? Digital download. You're gonna get it instantly. All of the packages here you can get instantly. The only thing is, and you have your high performance daily planner. That's the only thing that you're gonna get in the mail. Everything else you can download and edit. Amanda says so true. It's appreciated. You are so motivating to me. Oh man. If you guys knew how much that means to me, y'all would say it more if you cared. But I really need to hear that stuff sometimes. People do, we all do. Do the startup kit include a business plan or is it separate? There's business bundle, everything is in there. On this one, the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Ultimate Senior Care Business Bundle, business plan, policies and procedure for home care and assisted living. So yes, it come together. It's not separate. It's all in this bundle. Hi, Alan. I'm in the beginning stages. I am wanting documents that assist with operation. What package did you recommend? Oh, okay, it's the same question. Oh, they just, yeah, some of them older, some of them, so they're not in order. I answered that already. She said she's been in this, she said she's been a caregiver for 11 years. That's nuts. It's your turn. It's your turn, sister. 11 years, it's your turn. It's your time. You didn't pay your dues. The price, if you guys are, I know I'm talking and y'all probably watching the video, but if you look at the description, the price in my Cash App for instant delivery is my hash, they call it the cash tag instead of a hashtag, Allenchaneydotcom with a $ in front of it, but the dot is spelled D-O-T instead of an actual dot. So it's just Allenchaneydotcom, Allenchaneydotcom is my hashtag, cash tag on Cash App. And we're doing, I want people to get this stuff instantly. So I want you guys to get it instantly. So that's why we're doing Cash App. This is not something, this is separate from my online store. This is something that I'm doing for you guys, strictly for the people, because listen, it's only a certain few people. I got damn near 25,000 people on my page, but it's only like a good few who always checking in, always showing support, always coming to the lives, commenting, sharing the feed. Oh yeah, and if you're listening right now, please share the feed. Share the feed. Share the feed, please. Just share the feed. But yeah, so this is for you. My #1 support group. This business bundle opportunities for you. I'm going through these products for you. The people who come here, who appreciate the information, who take action, or who need the inspiration to take action, or are looking for inspiration to take action. This is for you. This is what we're doing. Renee Smith, what's the price for all that? $197. Highway robbery. Amen, sister. Facts. These are just some of the comments I'm going through. Tag. Oh, and also tag some friends. Tag who, if you know somebody who need to hear this, tag them. Tag them in it, share them in it. Stuff like that. Tag them. Let's talk to them. Let's get them on here. Oh yeah, my name is Ezekiel on Cash App. FYI, Alan is my middle name. My first name is Ezekiel. And I just turned 40. And I think I want to start being called Ezekiel. I'm playing with that idea. The only reason why I never used it because elementary school kids are terrorists. And I was a victim. When your name is Ezekiel, you know how much stupid things people could turn that into. So yeah. So yeah, my name is Ezekiel. So if you go to Allenchaneydotcom and you'll see Ezekiel on the Cashapp. Please list all which is included on the bundle. Again, just go to the description on this live. Like go to the top where the description is, where it says live exclusive. It tells you what the bundle is, the ultimate senior care business bundle. And then it tells you the best-selling home care business in the box 2.0. This is the things that's included. The customizable home care business plan, the business in the box, which is valued at $297, the home care business plan, which is valued at $197, the home care business, the home care, customizable home care business plan, and the customizable home care policies and procedures, which is also valued at $297. Assisted living business startup kit, which is valued at $497. Customizable assisted living business plan, $497. On the strength that it's going to give you a direct plan on how to set up your home care, your assisted living business. Customizable assisted living policies and procedures, $297. Same difference. You need this stuff. We were just covering the home care business plan. That took like 10 minutes just to go over the business plan. The policies and procedure, I can't even begin to really break down everything that's in there. I mean, we just don't have the time. A copy of the Amazon best-selling day planner from my mentor. If you see me post anything about that high performance planner, that planner, that's my mentor who created that. His name is Brendan Bouchard. And that book, that day planner will change your life by itself. It will make you so organized, focused, locked in that you can't do nothing but win. So let's talk a little bit about that. And then we're gonna get into we still have to cover, I think we cover customized assisted living business plan. I don't think we covered the policies and procedures. So that's next. But let me say this, talking a little bit about the business plan, the project, the high performance planner. My mentor, Brendan Bouchard, which I have no problem saying his name, he a winner. I associate with winners. I talk about winners. I talk to winners and I listen to winners strictly. He's a mentor of mine. Everybody needs a mentor. Somebody's always further along than you are and can help you. So I have a mentor as well, just as a side note. But when you talk about we don't discuss average. We don't even consider basic. We focus on greatness, high performance, and reaching your highest potential. That's the dialogue. That's the energy. That's the vibe that when I say we, my mentor, me, and all the other people who are in my inner circle that I look to for guidance. This high performance planner helps you develop great habits. Habits are 100 times more important than talent. You give me a guy who, there's a lot of examples in sports. Sports is such, I'm not a sports person as far as the physical, just watching it, like watching dudes just run around all day. I'm not as intrigued by that. But the philosophy behind the mindset, the Mamba mindset, Kobe, the philosophy that he lived by is what excites me. The philosophy that Mayweather lives by, the best ever. Say what you want to say about that brother. Nobody beat him. And I'm sure you took a lot of L's. He ain't take none. So you got to listen to him. He got some game for you. Who else I was thinking about? LeBron. So just to put a few names out there and just to give you an idea, like them dudes is talented for sure. But what separates the dudes that's talented and the dudes that's great is habits. When Kobe won the championship, he in the gym the next night, working on the shots. Where do you think everybody else was at? If they even was woke after the championship party. That's habits. And that's all I'm gonna say about it. Habits trump talent. Create good habits, develop good business habits, good lifestyle habits, and it's all, we all a work in progress. Don't sit here and think that I'm trying to preach or judge, because everybody's a work in progress. Habits, focus on habits. Focus on your daily routine. Pay attention to how you spend your time and where your mind is at. The thoughts the tapes that you constantly playing. We all got tapes in our brain that we play every day. Sometimes these tapes been playing since we've been kids. So we got to pay attention to these tapes and learn how to change them. Take the old ones out, put some new ones in, because that's habits, mental habits. Obviously dictate your real physical habits. So that's the power of the productivity planner. He has all kinds of courses. The programs, his mentorship is $30,000 a year. And you're not in there with average Joe Schmoes. So I'm telling you, because this is the way. This is a way. And you getting that in the Ultimate Senior Care Business Bundle. You getting that today. That's gonna come in the mail to you. I'm gonna send that to you personally because I want you to have it. I want you to win with it. I want you to create good habits. And I want to hear your success. And I want you to share it with the people you care about. That's the most important thing. You have to share it. You got to give back. You got to reach back. I want everybody to win. Because if we all winning, I might slip and fall. You can pick me right back up. Share the information, share the feed, share the live, share the Ultimate Senior Care Business Bundle opportunity. This live exclusive. Please do not contact me when I get off of here. How long I've been on here? I don't know. Don't call me talking about can I get the business bundle tomorrow? Because it's not going to be there. It's not going to be there. The Ultimate Senior Care Business Bundle is an opportunity that I'm giving you guys today as a live exclusive. So let's jump back into these documents and these products so we can talk about what we offering, what we doing. Let me check and see if we got any new comments. I got a couple DMs I got to address real quick. So give me 1 second. I'm sorry about that pause and stuff. I'm just trying to get to the comments, make sure everybody's questions are being answered and things of that nature. So just want to add value to you guys. The best way I can, Like I said, this is my philanthropy. This is how I give back. This is how I feel good about what I do. Why are they giving me such a hard time to get to the comments? Because it's like telling, like I'm, yeah. So here we go. I've been doing it for years. I've been wanting to do this, but the price was very high. Amanda, they're not getting no cheaper than this, sister. They just not. Yep, I answered that question again. Okay. So I think we all, hold on. Can I post? Oh, somebody, Renee Smith said, can I post my information? My information is on this actual live. So just go to the description and the title, like at the top, and you'll see, oh, I don't know how it look on your device or whatever, but when I'm looking, if you're looking at it on your phone, all you gotta do is like, you don't have to leave out the whole live, but you just scroll, back, and then you'll see like all the notes in the products that we're making available. So it's right here for you. And then my Cashapp, if that's what you're referring to, you just said post the information, is Allenchaneydotcom, but the dot is spelled D-O-T and it's com, C-O-M. So Allenchaneydotcom, hash with the cash tag on it. So let's get into this next product, this next offer that we have here for you guys. 1 second. Let me get back to where I was at. Computer timed out. I got my other computer over here. This is my gaming computer. It's all backwards. I play video games. And I ain't ashamed to say it, that I love Fortnite. It's nostalgic. So, okay. What are we looking at? We covered, are there any questions on anything that we've just covered so far? Like any questions about the senior business bundle in general? Is there any questions about the assisted living policies and procedures, the customizable policies and procedure? Are there any questions about the business in the box? The business in the box has been our greatest success. So I'm sure quite a few people may already have it. And there's another point I wanted to make at the bottom. And I thought everybody would be able to see this. So because we sold so many business in the boxes, I'm sure y'all probably, a lot of people already got it. And if you want something, if you don't need that, reach out to me on a side note, and I can do some a la carte for you. I'll take some price, I'll give you a cheaper rate today if you already had a business in the box, or you already have one of these things, but you want everything else, or you just want to do like a la carte. Tell me what you need. I'll make it affordable and you'll get it. And if you have any other questions, let me know. So what's next? We're going to talk about the customizable assisted living business plan. One second. Just pulling this up. Residence agreement. Assisted living resident and care agreements are in there. You're going to win with this. All you got to do is take action. That's it. Just get started. You don't have to, you'll never feel like it. But you got to do to feel. And it's kind of like counterintuitive. So you like, I don't feel like going, like for me, like I don't feel like riding a bike today. I don't feel like exercising. But if I do it, once I'm into it, I'm really enjoying it. So you have to do to feel. And that just means you have to do the thing to feel like doing it. And it's counterintuitive, like I said, but take action. Don't just buy it, get hyped up because we having a little conversation here and you motivated. Buy it, use it. You need help, reach back out. I can help you. Here go to customizable business plan for your assisted living. Let's talk about it. What are some of the things you want to consider? Statement of purpose, mission, the business, the competition, marketing strategies, the location. This is all in your business, your assisted living business plan, which is different from the home care business plan. Two different businesses, and you got to treat it as such. Location, marketing strategies, competition, operational procedures, personnel, business insurance, resident costs, ranges $3,500 to $5,500, community fee $3,200 per resident, as described in schedule charges section 3. Type of payment, private, insurance, Medicaid. Number of residents, this is the business plan. So you're gonna put how many residents you're gonna have. Number of residents, 5 clients will be served. Service, 2 in 2 rooms, measuring above 120 square feet, one in room, and 1 in room less than 120 square feet. Care service rates between $9 an hour, $10 an hour. Again, these numbers are generic round numbers, so you guys can plug in the actual numbers that you're going to be using in your market, in your business. What you're going to be paying your nurses? What you're going to pay your manager? I always suggest you be the manager. You know what I mean? Until you just can't do it anymore, until you get so overwhelmed. But in the beginning, you need to learn how to do that stuff yourself, everything. You have to know the ins and outs. The manager, your administrator, what type of taxes, insurance, and other fees that you expect to be paying. Again, this is the business plan. Estimated income. Conservative. Calculating the lowest range for 5 residents, $3,500. The monthly income on average should be about $17,500. That's a low end. Calculating on a higher range for the 5 residents. The monthly average, the higher range, $5,500 a month. The monthly income average should be about $27,000, about $27,500, close to $30,000 a month. Mind you, this is only 5 residents. Calculating residents at $3,500 and 4 residents at $3,500 because they in the smaller rooms. They got them in semi-private, and 1 in the private room, $4,200. So 4 residents at $3,500, 1 resident at $4,200, monthly average $18,200. These is numbers. I didn't make this stuff up. I'm not making this stuff up. If you guys, I got into a big thing one day when I first posted something like that about how much money people pay for assisted living. Like my Facebook went crazy. Like, who paying all that? Ain't nobody. And it was a sad thing that I had to say. Everybody ain't poor. It is what it is. Some people can afford, are willing to pay, want to pay for a quality senior lifestyle. You guys with 10, 5, 10, 15 years of experience in this industry, you know exactly what they want. You know the activities that they love. You know the things that they enjoy to do. You know the places that they would like to go to. You know how they interact with their families. You know what I mean? You've had all these experiences. You've dealt with dementia. You've dealt with Parkinson's. You dealt with dementia, Alzheimer's, diabetes, cancer patients, AIDS patients, now corona patients. Like, you've done this, you know this stuff. This is your thing. This is your thing. It's your thing more than it's my thing. I'm getting a little hyped because I want you guys to get this stuff. Estimated expenses, facility, water, gas, electric, cable, TV, internet, alarm, fire monitoring, food, water, lawyer, accountant, in-service and professional development, salary, paycheck, workman's comp, business liability, miscellaneous. You plug your numbers in. This is a business plan. This is the plan for your business. This is the roadmap to get you to business success. Expenses from community fee. Maintain grounds. Oh, a lot of people always say, what's a community fee? What's that? Because they ain't never heard of it. You never tried to move it to an assisted living. It's your community fee is like you have to pay to keep the community. You have to pay your portion of the maintenance and upkeep of the community itself. So like when we need repairs like paint, bathroom updates, manicured lawns, just the things that you need to keep the house in the community in great standing. And all of that, encompasses. Break-even analysis, expenses, mixed income, profit, break-even analysis using lower income. Like, that's what we like to do. We like to look at it from the most conservative rates, and then we're just happy if we get above that. Like, when I look at my potential or when I'm looking at what I'm trying to do, I'm always saying, okay, like, what's the least? I know what the most is, but what's the least? How close can I get to the least and still win? Because I'm always trying to add value at the most affordable rate. That's my edge. In a market where, just imagine, you in a market where people paying $5,500 a month per bed. Ain't nothing else worth going to. For the people who can afford that, there's no other place to go to that's going to have the same benefits than these particular facilities in that market. Then you come in the market with your community, you charging 47, 45. And you did your marketing research. You got his uniform disclosure. You know everything he charging. I mean, everything he getting. You know all his features and benefits. His or her features and benefits. So now what you do? Offer the same thing at a better rate. Money is money. People don't want it. People with real money really save, really bargain hunt. New money, which is me, is new money is different. We be so happy we get it, we gotta go spend it. But we gotta show everybody we got it. That ain't how new money work. Old money work. People who live in $5,500 a month bedrooms, they wouldn't mind getting the same stuff for a little less. That's your end. That's your entry. That's one of your features. That's one of your features. That's one of your value adds. in that same community, in that same marketplace, rather. Break even using high income. Yeah, that's how we got on that. Capital income. How much do you need for a startup? So looking at this stuff, this is just, again, it's only so much time. I can't go through every line item on the business plan, but this stuff, this is what you need. This is how you get some direction. This is how you get some guidance. This is how you start to, this, when you want to, you know what? I know you guys, you know, y'all jump on these lives or y'all get this information off YouTube or wherever you get the information and you get excited. Rightfully so. This is your industry. This is something that you love. This is something that you're passionate about. And somebody talking about that. We like to hear things that matter to us. And when you hear it, you're excited. And then you want to go back and share that information with other people. Why not be the, position yourself as an expert? There's a lot of value in being an expert. Even if you're not ready to actually start doing business, learn. Get educated, get informed. I know you know how to care for a person. You got that down. You know how to be a great caregiver. Even if you're not always a great caregiver, you know how to be one. Take this opportunity to become an expert. I guarantee you this one thing. The Ultimate Senior Care Business Bundle, if you study every document, every training, every piece of content that's in here, you will be operating at a totally different level than every other caregiver that you know, just from a mental perspective. You know the home care side, the caring side, the work side. Now learn the business side. Take the time to learn the business side. And it's going to be so exciting to you. The beginning is so exciting. It's so inspiring and motivational and, you know, just energizing to, you know, when you start, it's like, and you need to start like that. You need to have a lot of momentum, blind optimism. You have to be blindly optimistic. Like I can't listen to no negativity at all. I don't want nothing to do with no negativity. Get this information, take it back to your family, take it to your friends, take it to your partners. Talk about it. How can we do this? How can we pull our funds? How can we partner? How can we take this information and just focus on the seniors in our community and provide them with the best possible care at the most affordable rates that make sense for everybody? That's the opportunity that's here in front of you guys. And man, we still got to hit the assisted living policies and procedures. Did we cover that? I don't think so. Let me see if I got that pulled up. I don't think so. We got to go to the assisted living policy and procedures. Talk about that. Again, if you guys have any questions, let's go post them. I'll jump back into the comment section here in a second. Let's talk about this business plan. No, policies and procedures. That was the assisted living business plan that we just kind of covered. We just kind of covered some of the major points. Now we're about to look at the assisted living policy and procedure manual. And this is based on Maryland standards, which basically transfers over to most states. And another quick side note, if I have more policies and procedures, but it depends on if you need it or not, I'll get them to you, you know? So if your state requires a little bit more and you don't necessarily need me to do it for you or need us to do it for you, but they be like, oh, well, you need that. I need this and this for this state. Do you have that policy for me? Chances are I have it. So if you get this business bundle, chances are you're gonna have everything you need. But there is a possibility that you might need a little bit more policies. As again, because it's constantly developing. And then I'm gonna talk about my Corona policies. So we're just gonna cover the table of contents again. I'm sure the majority of people in here understand how complicated a policies and procedures manual is and how unfun it is to read. So I'm gonna just cover the table of contents, and if something you got an idea, thought, or question, post it in the thing, and I'll address it soon after. Just gotta pull this over so my little setup is kind of cool. So the words are kind of small. Here we go. So we're just gonna look at the table of contents. General policy procedures. Assisted living. Bed and room assignments. Change in residence accommodation. Resident transfer and or relocation. Discharging the resident. Resident request to terminate agreement. Remember, policies and procedures are the policies that your company has in place, and the procedures are how to enforce those policies. I mean, that's the most simplest way I can explain it. And plus, I learned all this stuff too. I didn't go to like any school or anything for this stuff. You learn by doing. You learn by doing it. You learn by doing it, by getting in it, by jumping in it. Where we at? Residents request to terminate agreement, resident assessments, service plan, confidentiality, complaints and grievances, abuse, neglect, exploitation, fire drills, disasters, smoking, resident agreement, employee records, in-service training, care notes, resident records / logs, meal services, activities, medication management, medication administration, storage and recording, controlled substances, narcotics counting, controlled substance destruction, resident record retention, incident reports, residence rights, burial arrangements, final statements of account, visitation, volunteer, lock boxes, wandering, elopement, residence furnishings, pet policies, quality assurance, emergency data, advanced directives, fall prevention, infection control, consent of photography, hypoglycemia protocol, certification of disability and surrogate decision making, oxygen therapy, post-mortem care, notifying physicians of clinical problems, staffing, laboratory test tracking guidelines for use of the 24-hour report, equal opportunity employment, affirmative action, non-discrimination statement, restraint orders, pharmacy review, pain evaluation and management, safe food handling, skill management programs. So that's, hold on, is that the, yeah, I think that's the full table of contents. And then we're gonna get into the actual documentation, and I'm not about to break, you guys don't want to hear it, and I don't want to do it. Me sitting here reading an entire policy procedure manual. But those are the majority of the contents that, and that's what's in there. Those are the majority of the things that's in there in this business bundle. You guys are intelligent. You're smart. You can think. What do you think that's valued at? What do you think that's worth? That's all I want to know. And I don't post it, and I just think about it. Like, if I was a business owner and I had an assisted living facility, how much would that? How important? I'm trying to start an assisted living. How important would that document be for me? This document that you sitting on here on Facebook that you about to get for damn near free. So Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the Ultimate Senior Care Business Bundle is available. Let me read some of the side notes before we jump off of here. Please post your questions. Post your questions, post your comments below. And we get into it. We can get into like a real nice Q&A session because I got the time today. And we could do it. But some of the notes based on what's, the program is administrative add-on, state specific policy and procedures, and your licensing application. If you want us to do it, it's a $197 add-on on top of the business bundle. So it'll be basically $400 instead of $200. And that's us doing all the work and just sending it to you. And you still get everything. Ask about our a la carte option. If there's only certain things that you want on this list, just let me know and we'll work something out. Cashapp for instant delivery. I want this to be done. When I get off here, I want this to be done. So the people have, since we've been here, a couple people didn't do what they're supposed to do, and they got what they got coming. They know who they are. So it's been worth it. You guys, people are taking action, and I'm excited about that. And I'm gonna rush y'all stuff as soon as I get off of here. We're gonna, I'm gonna take the books to the post office, send you your links, and looking forward to hearing back from you guys about how you making out. And come back to the page, come back to the group, talk to me. Let's talk about it. Let's work through it. So that's the reason why we're doing Cashapp. This is my way of just, giving the people who do support, see my notifications and click the button, don't just ignore it, who do come by, come through and say what's happening or check on me, see how I'm doing. This is how I get a love back. I'm gonna jump into some more of these questions here before we get off. So any questions, any thoughts, comments, anything like that, feel free while I go through this these these comments. I can say the newest. Okay. She said, if I only want North Carolina, that's 197 add-on, right? Correct, Amanda. Correct, sister. C said too much with the thumbs up. I don't know what that means. Explain that what you mean, C Brown. When you say too much. Carnita said, yes, Lord. L-A-W-R. L-A-W-D. That's the Lord. That's the Lord I know. Amanda said, you're right. Somebody said, yes, sir. Share the feed. If you listen, share the feed, please. Right now. Like, share it. Because it's showing me like who's sharing it and who not. We got a couple people who shared it. We got some top fans too. Amanda, you considered as a top fan. I'm really excited about my top fans because I know my top fans, they're going to share it. They're going to forward it to their friends. They're going to build to strengthen the community because the more people you bring into the community, the more access that we get to new information that can benefit all of us. Somebody asked me, could they make a payment of 100 now and 100 later? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I ain't gonna shut you down for that. Not at all. Yes, sir. She said, oh, they paying for mama to stay. I want to purchase. My grandsons are gamers, Fortniters. Hey, tell them to Dad Just DC. That's my Dad Just DC is my Fortnite name, my epic name. Sorry about that, y'all, but she said it, so I had to respond. He can add me and we can run some games. I'll be winning. Like, I'm really good. and again, I don't want to get too far into dang on video games, but it's funny that you mentioned that, because Dad Just DC means me, my dad, just my name is Dad Just DC, because my daughter's name is Justice and my son's name is Devontae. So his dad is me, Justice is my daughter, one of my daughters, and Devontae is my son. And his name is Devontae Cheney. So that's my name, Dad Just DC. And if you ever want to bop some brothers, that's what we call it, bop some brothers together. Instead of killing other gamers, we say bopping brothers. Yeah. Tell them to reach out, Dad Just DC. And if you can't find it, shoot me a link and we'll figure out how to add. Another person just said her daughter is a gamer. That's dope. My daughter is too. My fiance's daughter is too. I think a lot of people are gonna be gamers after the corona, because the gaming industry is booming. How do I receive instantly? I send my Cash App. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get off of here first. You gotta at least let me get off of here. I'm gonna send everybody who made their purchase, I'm gonna send it, like that's the next thing. When I turn live off, that's what I'm doing. So, oh, and if you did make a purchase, I need your address. So DM me your address or email me your address or text it to me to the phone number on the page. Amanda said true. Okay. So I see most of this stuff we already answered. I just sent mine. So, okay. We love you too, sister. If it wasn't for the sisters, I wouldn't be here. C. Brown, one of my top supporters. I've been doing it for 15 years. I've been wanting to do this, but the price was too, oh yeah, we already had that. Okay, okay. These are some of the joints we already covered. Is your name Ezekiel? Yeah, my name is Ezekiel on the Cash App. You telling the truth. I try. Cash App name, Allenchaneydotcom. True. Like I said, I'm just going through these comments. And I'm so grateful for you guys for spending this morning going into the afternoon with me. Some of y'all been here the whole time. I appreciate it. So, if you guys have any more, if you guys don't have any more questions at this point, I'm gonna hop off of here. I really hope. Okay, let's do this. Right before we leave, let's share the feed and tag as many people as you can tag in the comment section. Tag your friends, tag anybody that you know who may be interested or who you think will appreciate the information, your partners, all that good stuff. And tag them and let's talk to them real quick, see if we can get them on here. Maybe you guys can pool some funds, get the bundle, Somebody just said, I don't have Cash App. You got to get Cash App. This 2020, you could do it while you sitting on this live. I'm not taking that as no excuse. If you got a bank account, you can get Cash App. It's just that simple. I ain't trying to be rude. It's just convenience for me and you. So who tagging people? I know the good sister C she got some people she gonna tag. Renee, I know she got some people she gonna tag. Tag some folks. Share the feed. Let's get to it. Let's talk about it. What is that? Why are these comments? I don't understand. Where are them comments? Oh, I think because it's posted in 2 different places. I think we also live in the group. Hope I'm not missing that, like all them comments and questions and stuff. Somebody go to the home care. And I should have been more organized. I apologize. And go to the home care and assisted living group that's connected to this page. Most of you guys are already in. And yeah. Let me know if there's any activity going on over there, or if the thing is even live. It's like I'm far from foolish when it comes to technology. It's just Zoom is just a new app, and it has so many awesome things that you could do, or a new software. It has so many things that you could do that it just takes time to learn, and you just got to use it and figure it out. So that's what I'm sitting here doing. So, but y'all can hear me. We getting it in, so we doing the work. The full price is $197. That's it. Unbelievable, ain't it? Unbelievable. So yeah. Yeah, we got some couple more people shared it. Good stuff, good stuff. Please take advantage of this opportunity. If it's an opportunity for you, if you feel like it's an opportunity, don't wait, don't put it off. It's just not worth it. You're gonna thank me later. I guarantee it. Even if you're on the fence, even if you're just a bystander, get informed. You're not on here for nothing, you know? So you have some interest in the industry. Get on here, get the program. You know, do something with it. Share the feed, tag some folks. Okay, I see. That's it. Carnita, appreciate you. Appreciate you. See, appreciate you. Yeah, I had got a question in my inbox. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. And somebody asked me, did they if they could just spend 100 and then give me the other 100 tomorrow? I'm cool with that. That's not shame on me for being that crazy about you know what we doing here. Like that's not what we doing. That's not how we living. That ain't love, as my brother would say. That ain't love. So if you want to make a lesser payment, $100, and put the other 100 on there tomorrow, or Friday, payday, whatever day, That's cool. Just remember to send me your address so I can get your productivity planner to you as well. Share the feed. We thanking you now, huh? That was somebody said. Hold on, let me see that. I want all my kudos. I need all my pats on the back. Yes, indeed. Hold on. Newest. So if you only got $100, I'll honor that. And when you make your final payment, I'll put your book in the mail. Sorry for the silence. I'm just reading these comments and just trying to respond and let people know I see their stuff by just, liking it. I think we caught up. So that's it. That's that. That's that. We about to shut it down. I got a couple more comments. I really don't want to leave nobody hanging. If you want it, I want to make sure you get access to it. This is just, I just want to create a little urgency for people to stop, procrastinating. That's all. That's all I'm asking. Is for us to include myself. I'm a notorious procrastinator. Even though the good brother E.T. Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher, say procrastination is not real, which he makes a good point by saying it's all about motivation. Because if somebody just told you, and I'm a dramatic person, so I'm a shock jock type. I like to say things that raise your eyebrows, get your attention. And $200. If somebody say, look, this is what hackers do. I'm gonna use that. I was gonna use kidnappers and kids. So I ain't gonna say that. That's too crazy. This is what hackers do. They got hackers. They'll get your passwords to all your accounts, bank accounts. I forgot what it's called. It's one of them hacker things like malware or something like that. They get your information and then make you pay a ransom back for it. Oh, ransomware, duh. That's what it's called, ransomware. They get all your information. You can't get into your car, probably if you got like different things on your car, you can get into your security on your house, like your cameras. Like they get all, because everything is so digitized, people can access your privacy. Obviously, your cell phone, they can lock your phone, lock all your emails, get it all into your bank. Let me tell you something about that. And I'm just kind of just rambling at this, but just chatting. I know everybody on here probably got some crazy pictures in their phone, and that's probably enough to pay that $197 to that ransomware person. You would figure that stuff out. He say, look, I need $197 or all these lovely pictures that you got in your phone. We about to put them on your Facebook. How long you think it's going to take for you to figure out how to use Cashapp? If they say that's the only way that you could pay, I think you're going to figure out how to use Cashapp. I know I'm going to figure it out. So that's just me being funny and just kind of just explaining what ET was trying to explain in my own goofy way. That there's no real such thing as procrastination. It's just a lack of motivation. Lack of motivation. I trick my kids with that all the time. I always try to make them walk, go outside, walk, exercise, get, energized. They don't ever just want to do it just for the exercise. So I'll be like, all right, okay, let's walk to the Smoothie King. They be running. You know what I mean? So I'm getting the same results. It's just the motivation is different. And you have to tap into people's motivation. You have to tap into your own motivation to motivate yourself and keep your own self involved and active. You have to. You got to learn how to inspire yourself. And just by understanding those little tricks and tips, you'll get it done. So I'm signing off. I appreciate you, sisters, brothers, families, friends, for taking the time out with me. I've never been on it live this long before. I really enjoyed it, truthfully. Maybe sooner than later, we can do another one, but where you guys can interact. What you think about that? Run it back one more time, but give you guys the opportunity to talk. That just came to me as an idea, because Zoom, we can't do it through Facebook, so it's just like me reading the comments. But if we doing it on Zoom, we talking, we having a full, real conversation. So if that's something you guys are interested in, hit my inbox, talk about it. You can post it here on this live. If that's something you guys would be interested in. Tell a friend, share the feed, share the page, share the opportunity. So the sister just said she's at work, and I gotta respect that. And I know it's only lunchtime. And I'm gonna give you guys some, I'm gonna give you some more time, a little bit more time after this, for you guys here, because you're the only ones that are hearing it. So it's gonna go off of the page, but you still know I said this. I'm waiting for you. I know who you are, who's at work and who's not, you feel me? So go ahead, finish your day. I'm glad you was able to, hang out with me while you was at work. Hope you ain't getting no trouble. Hope you ain't put yourself in no situation. But I'm about to jump off here. I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys for all y'all's support. Without you, there's no me. Without you, there's no inspiration. There's no reason to do it. So you guys matter to me in this business, in this community. And I appreciate it. And I'm gonna get off of here. Y'all take it easy and have a good rest of y'all's week. And for the sisters who said they at work, It's all good. For the sisters and the brothers who said that they need a little help, they can only make a smaller payment. Pay what you can pay. You know what I mean? Pay what you can pay, and we'll work it out. I want everybody who at least wants to put forth some type of effort to be able to take advantage of this opportunity. So don't worry about if you on here now and I'm saying this and you hearing me right now, not on no recording, I can wait until you get off work. Don't worry about it. I'm here and I know who you are. With that being said, take care, be safe, keep them masks on, keep them hands clean, and keep that 6 foot distance. Because that's helping everybody stay alive. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good evening, afternoon, and we'll catch up soon. Peace.